What's up everybody, my name is Josh and welcome back to another episode of the Driveway Detailer. So earlier this year I did a video about pre-wash foam or snow foams, and I've been using Adams Polish's Mega Foam for a very long time. And it's a good polish if your vehicle isn't heavily soiled, or you wash your car regularly and it's just something you use to as a part of the process to make sure that your car is good to go when you do the contact wash. But when your car is more heavily soiled, what do you do? Because I found out that Adams Polishes, while it's good if your car isn't very heavily soiled, it's not so good when your car is kind of soiled. And so I'm looking for something that's a little bit more of a heavy lifter without stripping off the protection that I already have on the car. So I've been looking around trying to find products that are a little bit stronger without being so strong that it strips off the protection that's already on the car. So today we'll be looking at one of those snow foams and seeing how it does. So today we're going to be trying out Bilt Hamber Touchless, which is a snow foam that is a little bit stronger, that if it works the way it's advertised, it's supposed to emulsify and strip down the dirt and the heavier dirt that's on your car and make it safe for a contact wash. So for today's video, we're going to be going over Bilt Hamber Touchless. So from the videos that I've watched, Bilt Hamber Touchless is really good at tackling very dirty cars, which is what I'm looking for. Also, it's a pH 2 or 3 from what I've been able to research. So I'm excited to try this out. But before you use Bilt Hamber Touchless, you need to figure out what the panel impact ratio is, or PIR. So PIR, from what Bilt Hamber says, is the ratio of product that actually makes it onto the panel. So to calculate PIR, what you're going to need is a foam cannon that's filled up to the very top. So I have 1,000 mils of water in my foam cannon, and a bucket that you can measure the amount of water. So something like what I have here. So I bought this from the paint section of my local hardware store. So you can, whatever solution you have, you can use that. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach the canister to my foam cannon. We're going to release the foam cannon into the bucket until the entire foam cannon is empty, and then we're going to calculate how much water was in the bucket, and then there's an equation you use to figure out the dilution ratio for Bilt Hamber Touchless. So let's get into it. So I've got my foam cannon all hooked up. I've got my bucket ready. So what I got a lid here with a little hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the nozzle into the hole like this, so that way I don't get water all over the place, and it can more accurately measure how much water. So, like I said, the key is to run the foam cannon until there's no water in the canister. Okay, so at about halfway, let's call this about 4 gallons, right? Yeah, so we'll call this about 4 gallons, about half. So I could round up and say 8 gallons with the entire foam cannon being used, but I'll run it I'll empty the bucket and run it, and then see if it actually is 8 gallons. So it's not exactly empty, but I'm going to call it about 8 gallons, and we'll call that good. So 8 gallons. And the key is, and I don't think I explained this, but the key is on the foam cannon is to make sure that the foam cannon is turned all the way up to the maximum kind of soap to water distribution. Okay, so now that I found out how much water my foam cannon uses, the equation is to take the amount of water total that was expended through your foam cannon and multiply it by 0.02. So I converted gallons to ounces, so it's 128 ounces in a gallon times 8 is, I don't know what the math was. I'll put the answer right around here. But it turns out to be about 20 ounces, which 20 ounces does seem a bit crazy, but on the bottle it says that the 1,000 mils is good for 4 or 5 car washes. So 20 ounces seems crazy, but the bottle is supposed to last for 4 or 5 washes. So let's go. So before I apply Bilt Hamber Touchless on my car, let me show you what I'm working with. So I haven't driven my car in 3 weeks. This is my daily driver, but I took some time off for work for some family business. And here it is. We're looking pretty dirty. It's rained a couple times, so paint is in worse shape than it usually is. We got bird bombs, we've got dirt and all kinds of things. And like I said, I love Adams polishes. It's what I started out detailing with. I use it, I trust it, but at the same time, the car is so dirty that I know, or I am fairly certain, that Adams Megafoam just wouldn't be up to the task. And so I was looking for something a little bit stronger, and now I get to test out something that's a little bit stronger. So I'm going to start with touchless, and we'll see how it goes. So already you can see that Bilt Hamber goes on really, really thick. So, but so does Adams Megafoam. So I'm gonna let it dwell. I'm gonna go around the rest of the vehicle, apply Bilt Hamber to the rest, and let it dwell. We'll see how it goes. Right now it's dwelling. You can see it dripping on the driveway, and I don't know if this is going to come up, but you can already see swirls of dirt that are in the foam. See that? A little trail of dirt that's coming down, which shows me that it's already doing its job. So what Bilt Hamber is doing right now is it's encapsulating the dirt, it's catching the dirt, and it's running down the paint, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So seeing the dirt that's mixed in with the foam, like here and here, is actually really encouraging. It's the same thing as the rear driver's quarter panel, and you can see it even better here as the foam runs down from the front of the car down the driveway. You can see even more trails of dirt as it runs down the driveway. So already I do have some preliminary thoughts, but I'll share my final thoughts at the end of the video. But so far it's doing its job. It's doing really good. So the last shot of this is probably where you can see it the best. So Bilt Hamber on the window, so encapsulate the dirt, so runs down the driver's side, the windshield. You can see all of the dirt that's being caught by Bilt Hamber and running down the window. See all of the dirt that's run down the windshield. So far so good. So it's been 2 or 3 minutes since the dwell time. Now it's time to rinse it off and see how dirty it is after the rinse. This is the result after foam. So this is no contact wash, no anything. This is just pre-foam. So I will put a screenshot or a picture of what it was before right here. And so here's what it looks like after. So if you can see, I mean, you saw how dirty it was before, and look at how clean it is. Like, is it perfect? No, but like I said, it's a pre-wash foam. All right, so now I'm gonna go back in. Now I'll probably do another rinse and then go back in for contact wash. But it is it is so much better than what it was. So my final thoughts on Bilt Hamber Touchless, I think it's an amazing product. So obviously it did really good at getting most of the dirt off of an extremely filthy car. So I'd be interested to see how it works on even dirtier cars, like Midwest cars that spend the winter in in harsher conditions. You know, you pulled into like a touchless car wash or whatever situation you've got going on, a garage or whatever, you spray off all the snow and whatnot. And I'd like to see how it works in conditions that are tougher, because I live out here in Southern California. It's dusty, it's dirty, and that's usually like that. The way my car looked is usually the as bad as it gets. So, but it's an amazing product. There are a couple things that I'm not a huge fan of. Figuring out PIR, the panel impact ratio, I wasn't really a huge fan of that, mostly because I'm lazy and I'd rather just read the bottle, have the bottle tell me what the dilution ratio is. But at the same time, it is really nice because panel impact ratio is meant to be specific for your specific washing situation. But at the same time, I don't know if I did it right. I followed all the directions, but 20 ounces seems like a lot. And if you're going to use 20 ounces, I mean, is it even cost effective? But at the same time, it did say 4 to 5 washes, and I only did one pass with the foam, and so this is how it turned out. I only used, I don't know if you can see it here, but I only used about a quarter of the bottle. So, I mean, according to Bilt Hamber, if I I could use this 4 or 5 more times. So I'll keep on using it on other details that I have, and I'll keep you posted. But 4 or 5 washes might be good. But this bottle is it's a 1 liter bottle. So 1 liters, if you're with my specific wash situation, if you're going to use 20 ounces, like 1 liter is going to go real quick. So you might you upgrade for the 4 liter, but like Bilt Hamber isn't the cheapest product in the world. So that would be another thing that would keep me from buying this again, is cost. Because like if this is going to be a regular thing you would use, which I don't think it would, because like I said, my cars don't get that dirty. But I don't know. You definitely have to buy the 4 liter, because the 1 liter would go real quick if this is something that you're going to use regularly. But if it's not something you're going to use regularly, like this could last a while if you're just going to use it for details that are just very, very kind of like bad, and like, with a very, very dirty car that you need to knock some dirt off before you do contact wash. But all in all, great product. I highly recommend it if you for cars that are dirty. There are definitely, like, if you're just like I said in the beginning of the video, if you have a car that's just light dirt and you need something to, you can use anything. Like Adam's Mega Foam would work great for you. But this is definitely a product that's definitely geared for cars that are a little bit more dirty. I recommend it. It's a little bit more expensive, so maybe look for something cheaper. I don't know if I'll buy another bottle. We'll see how it goes with time and whatnot, but that's all I have for today. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. If you like this video, please like the video on your way out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more, and I will see you on the next one.